is about to make the CWF Mid-Atlantic great again. So get out of your seats, hit your feet, and make some noise for the Donald! Thank you, Jerry Carey. I know you're happy. I know your uncle's happy about the Cubs winning, right? That's right, the greatest ring announcer ever. Thank you, everybody, all ladies and gentlemen, for showing up here to see this historic night. I know you heard the coach. He said he was going to make me appear again, and here I am, the Donald. But I know we're all happy about the election, but calm down. I'm here to spread some leaks. I'm going to be leaking all over this building, so y'all back up just a little bit. I got a lot of important things to say. You know, I've been called a lot of things by my opponent, talking about I don't respect women and everything. I mean, I think I got it figured out. See, I went to one of those Clinton Foundation fundraisers for Haiti, and we raised so much money, I reached over and gave old Hill a little grab, you know, a little squeeze on the buns, and she got so mad about it. But it all makes sense now because it's all the headlines the other day. Y'all saw them too, right? Yeah, Hillary hates Wiener, right? Right? Oh, come on, people. It's a disgrace what's happening in this country. An absolute disgrace. And what does she want to do? She wants to blame it on the Russians. The Russians hacked her email. The Russians hacked the FBI. And then she says, I'm a puppet. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm here to prove I'm not a puppet. I'm here to bring out a man that millions of people call Mr. President. I call him the Boot, but he is Vladimir Putin. Make some noise. Show some respect. Show some respect. It's an honor. Boot, come down there, Boot. It's an honor. I know you got jet lag. It's an honor to have the president of Russia here to answer the question. But first, I want to ask you a personal question. You know, I saw those pictures of you, and you're usually riding a bear when you come out dressed like that. Why aren't you riding a bear?
That is because in America, a bear rides you.
Well, okay. Well, all right. Look, the important question that I'm here to answer is, did Russia hack all those emails? Are they the ones planting these emails everywhere? I mean, do you know about these hacks?
Only hacks I know are CNN.
I mean, I guess you got a point there.
Yes, in Russia, we do not hack, we crush.
I understand. Well, thank you, Poot, for answering all those questions. I know why I call you the Poot now. If you don't mind stepping back just a little bit, I got something important to say, and that's about what's happening here at CWF. You see, the establishment is holding down the coach and the All-Stars. They rigged that Rumble, and I'm here to tell you, each and every one of you need to reject the results of the Rumble and demand Roy Wilkins be put back as the champ where he belongs. Look, I'm telling you, these people are sweating right now. They're sweating bullets because there's no telling what I'm going to say. And what I'm getting ready to tell you is that Brad Stutts was behind it all. It was a conspiracy to keep Roy Wilkins from winning. He tried to stop the coach's October surprise, and that surprise was successful. But the real leak is right there, behind that big eye right there. Grant Sawyer hides in the background and manipulates everything. It's his fault why Roy Wilkins isn't the winner of the Rumble. But I'm going to fix all that because I'm donating $1 million for the next 5 years to Coach's Booster Club Foundation, and he can spend all that money each and every week bringing in people from Russia, people from anywhere. He can bring in Stone Cold and The Rock. I don't care how he spends that money, but bring in everybody until he takes over CWF. A hostile takeover. That's the way big business works.
Beau Crockett does not know quite to make of his opposition. Welcome to CWF Worldwide. Brad Stutts and Cecil, the B in apartment 23 Scott, are in the booth. Cecil, we are just a few weeks away from Ultimate Survivor, the ultimate night of team competition in CWF Mid-Atlantic, and it seems fitting, it seems only appropriate that we kick things off tonight with tag team action.
Absolutely. Tis the season for tag team competition, and always the season for Cutie and the Beast.
Innocent Isaiah now controlling the head of him. Innocent Isaiah, plenty of experience controlling the head of men.
Whoa.
In that side headlock now, him will have what? Him will have to get Isaiah off here. Isaiah into the headlock and grabs the ankle. Innocent Isaiah is all over this man.
Yeah, he is. Might be trying to tie him up here, looking for maybe a scorpion. No, I don't know what Innocent Isaiah is going for here. He's just trying to control Michael McAllister, trying to ride him a little bit.
Oh, putting all the pressure on the back of the hammies and the glutes.
I think I did that in my DDP yoga one day.
Probably accidentally.
Whoa!
A little pinch for good luck.
Oh, God. Here's the thing with Michael McAllister. He's not a fun guy.
Yeah, the former Michael McAllister. I don't even know exactly what this person likes to identify themselves as, and I certainly do not know how the she-beast, Sis, prefers to identify herself.
No, it's just all a bunch of wackadoos over here. I don't know.
Sis using the headbutt into the rib cage, might have caught Isaiah in the sternum there.
Oh,
using
nice
the ropes. Great thinking there. Beau Crockett is in, heads up. And again, he's hesitant to hit her. Cradle.
Yeah, he can still wrestle her though.
Prior to the bell sounding, Isaiah wasn't quite sure what to do with Sis, and Cecil, that is really a sort of a psychological advantage that these two have over their opponents time and time again. Even if you've got a feel for McAllister, nobody really knows how to handle Sis.
Right, and that's been the case for as long as he's been around. A lot of people still can't get around the. Oh, nice belly to belly.
Stuck him into the cover. 2 and only gets 2.
Good leverage on that belly to belly.
Yeah, Beau Crockett and Innocent Isaiah have really become a formidable tag team.
Yeah, consider it. Oh, time of my life here.
It'll ride the whirly-bird, perhaps, and drop both legs into the sternum.
Yeah, for a team that was very reluctant to start with cover.
2.
They've really found a way to put it together, become a really cohesive, very popular duo.
They just fit together like such a team. Partners in and out of the ring, says Innocent Isaiah.
For life. Ooh! And a rare case of just kind of fortuitous thinking by Sis. We think of her as kind of an animal, just kind of a brute, but that was a smart move, legal or not.
Yes, it was, using every part of the arena to their advantage, using the ropes to their advantage.
And McAllister, more of the mauler. He is the veteran here. I gotta stop calling him McAllister.
Yeah, 10 plus years in the sport, former Mid-Atlantic television champion and tag team champion. Of course, the Mid-Atlantic television title would go on to be renamed the Worldwide Television Championship last year in the possession of Cedric Alexander. That is our main event this week. The Worldwide Television Champ. Heads up! Oh!
Nice exploder.
Aric Andrews to defend against Chet Sterling later in this hour. And Sis choking, not a cover. Referee Charles was right to not count it as a cover. Must break the choke before the count of 5. Sis and McAllister have got this thing basically in their court. They've had Isaiah in their half of the ring for a couple of minutes now, Seabear.
Right, and just really putting the business to him, but Isaiah.
Oh! He kissed it!
Oh, God. Oh, God. She did not reciprocate.
No, not at all. I tell you, not only does Sis have a real sort of psychological advantage as far as the opponents not really knowing what to do with her, but like we just saw, she's not fazed by very much at all.
No, and Isaiah's normal head games do not work. Made a lot of people write him off because he's kind of flashy and flamboyant, but he uses those head games to perfection.
Both teams here kind of in that psychological warfare, but McAllister and Sis have worked much better as a duo.
Like you said, he is the vet. He's been around a long time.
Yes, him has. Oh, into the buckle. Isaiah, quick thinking. Gotta watch out behind him, though. There's too many up in that corner. Beau Crockett wisely avoids, charging in. Ooh! Dropped Isaiah awkwardly. Covered, dead center of the ring. Only got 2. That was a real smart move on the part of Beau Crockett. He did not dive into the ring to save his partner. So often we see teammates do that, and it winds up hurting their team in the long run. Beau Crockett, he let his partner take a couple of hard shots in there, but he was smart enough to know if I dive in the ring, if I try to break it up, it's going to do more harm than good.
Right, there's so many different things that can happen. The referee could get turned around and get a double team. So many different things. He can miss and hit his own partner. But we got Isaiah fighting back here. He's got to get out of that corner.
Fighting with everything he's got.
Him is reeling. Oh, he went low.
Yes, he did. He faked him out. Beau Crockett is the legal man, and McAllister gets rocked. The furious him and the she-beast Sis.
Oh, and the heavy-handed Beau Crockett.
Swinging a miss.
He still won't hit her.
He's got McAllister 3 or 4 times.
He's just playing defense with Sis.
She wants it. She wants the contact. She's not afraid.
Ooh, she wanted it. She got it.
Shotgun drop kick into the corner. Big tag. Cutie and the Beast are rocking and rolling, and Isaiah says, I'll hit a girl right now.
Oh, he opened his slapped her.
What is that? It was a flying slap.
No, push baby in the corner.
Uh-oh. Time of your life.
Yes, sir.
Dropped him in the splash. Cover. Charles Richardson does not know what to make of it, but Cutie and the Beast win it.
7 minutes, 52 seconds. Your winners by pinfall. Cutie and the Beast!
The Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium is the #1 venue for live pro wrestling in all of the Carolinas. But did you know that you can also rent the Sportatorium for all of your anniversaries, fundraisers, and live pro wrestling birthday parties? Check us out at CWF247.com to find out more about how you can have your events right here at the Sportatorium.
Richards!
Even no.
Bell sounds, Cecil Scott. What an intriguing matchup here this week on CWF Worldwide. It is the rookie fresh out of the Mid-Atlantic dojo, Cain Justice, one-on-one against the 2006 Weaver Cup Tournament champion, Nick Richards, also a prospect out of the Mid-Atlantic dojo, but from 10 years ago. As they lock up Cecil Scott, I gotta admit, I see a lot of young Nick Richards in modern-day Cain Justice.
Yeah, as far as temperament and mentality goes, absolutely. And Cain Justice, I have to say, probably one of the most highly touted graduates we've had in a long time. And I've just heard so many things coming out of the dojo about his talent level, but not so many good things about his mental levels.
Not his attitude nor his demeanor.
But the physical tools are all there.
Absolutely, and it really is reminiscent looking at him just physically. Yeah, he's in the fight shorts. He's a bit more of a disciplined student than Richards was in those god-awful black baggy pleather pants 10 years ago, but nevertheless, the similarities are there. Justice has that swagger about him. He's got that confidence about him. He's ready to take on the world, very much like Nick Richards was a decade ago. Richards, now kind of a seasoned pro. He's been doing this 10 years. He's won the Johnny Weaver Cup tournament. He's hung in there with some of the best in the sport, like Homicide, Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, Cedric Alexander, Chet Sterling, John Schuyler, and more. So Richards, has he been tempered by age? Is he going to be calmer, more reserved? Does he still have that hot head in him like the rookie does?
Well, let's take it back, 10 years. I mean, Richards isn't quite at that point yet, but his first big singles match was against none other than Rob McBride. And he put up the fight of his young life, but came up short. Will Cain have a similar match to that? Richards is a veteran now.
Absolutely, 10 years.
He's not a McBride veteran, but he's a veteran.
And you look at the names that Richards has hung in there with. I ran by him just a moment ago. Richards has held his own with a who's who. Richards has survived some of those violent matches in CWF history.
Reverse, no.
A win over Richards puts Cain Justice on the map here in his singles debut. Huge backdrop sends him to the canvas, though.
Yeah, and Cain, he wants to come in here and get this upset win in his first singles match.
We saw Cain Justice for the first time in the 2016 CWF Rumble. Ironically, we saw Nick Richards step into the ring for the first time in the 2006 CWF Rumble. Literally, a decade separates them. Richards raining down punches.
Oh, and save the 10th one for the chop.
That he probably picked up from McBride.
Probably. Man, he is just wearing Cain Justice out here who's really not been able to get out of the blocks.
Nick was that kid for a long time, kind of a punk kid. He kind of had that chip on his shoulder. Do you think it feels good for Richards to kind of be looked at as a veteran now, to know that he's not that punk kid, and more importantly, to have the chance to slap that taste out of his mouth, but Cain Justice does not let him have it.
No, and Cain showing a little bit of veteran wherewithal himself.
Smart kid, cocky, athletic.
He's not smart if he stays out on that floor with Richards.
No, that's true.
Oh, he might be stuck out there anyway.
And that is not where you want to be, Sea-Bear. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Look at Nick. Fire up.
And Richards is just slopping away at flesh on the outside.
And I feel like anytime Richards gets out on this floor, it's almost like the lost cause tries to bubble his way back up out on this floor with Nick Richards.
It's like the Venom symbiote taking over. Oh, great thinking. Great thinking from Justice. Sitting face first right into the hardest part of the ring.
And Justice, not many people can survive a fight on the floor with Nick Richards, but that was a great defensive move.
That was really good. Uh-oh, suplex on the floor, perhaps. Yeah! Cain Justice taking it to Richards on the floor.
Now, we know Nick Richards, the more punishment he takes out there, the more out of control he gets when he tries to fight back.
This young man has got confidence to spare, and he is swinging for the fences.
This legit would be one of the biggest upsets ever. And not to disparage the talent level of Cain Justice, but if you look at the experience level,
could become a night of upset, Cecil Scott, as we still have got Joey Rogers and Arik Royal coming up next in this broadcast. It could become a night of upsets if Cain Justice and Joey Rogers are able to both leave here victorious tonight on CWF Worldwide. I gotta agree with you that 1-2 punch, that would be two of the most shocking conclusions to matches back-to-back I can ever recall.
And he's made 2 stars in a heartbeat.
Positively so.
Rogers already put off the upset at the Rumble. But Richards, man, this kid's got so much heart.
Justice getting rocked from pillar to post here. Richards gonna go to the top. He does not necessarily feel the most confident up there, and it cost him. Richards, I think you're right about that lost cause mentality. That violent, oh God, using Richards' own tactic against him.
Yeah, we see Richards only go up to fly when he feels like he's got to pull out something big.
Yeah, you're right. I gotta believe that you hit the nail on the head. That Richards, when he finds himself in a fight, it's almost like he goes on autopilot. That he had the matchup in control. There was no need to go to the ropes where he is not at home.
Beautiful wrestling move, though.
We have seen. Oh,
Back ray. Oh, God. He's going to rip his spine out.
oh God! Richards gives it right back to him.
Finger looking good, brother.
If you say so.
He's going to, You know, regardless, Cain has made a pretty good showing for himself here. Oh, Gator clutch! Gator clutch!
Shoulders down, only got 2. Richards has tried to pride himself on being more of a wrestler in the past year. He has got a guaranteed shot against the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion at some point between now and the next Weaver Cup Tournament Finals. He can cash it in whenever. He can call for that match whenever. And he has, I have noticed in the past few months, Richards consciously trying to become more of a wrestler in the event that he finds himself matched up against Trevor Lee.
Right, and that's, I feel like a story we'll come back to another day.
Richards rocking and rolling here against the youngster. Swing and a miss. Richards.
Double arm.
Loves that butterfly suplex. Drove him into the canvas. Cover. 2. Only 2.
Credit to Cain Justice kicking out of that. That was a big flurry from Nick Richards.
Yeah, he's hanging in there.
And we saw Cain a few minutes ago take a little shortcut going to the eyes.
Only about 7 or 8 years separates them in age. Richards got started when he was only 15 years old. So he's actually 10 years more experienced, but only, I believe, 7 or so years older.
Right.
Sends him into the ropes, trying to create a little space here. Woo! Big clothesline. Richards trying to hang on and does.
Yeah, both men go out. Richards still on the apron.
Now, will he recklessly throw himself on the floor like he did in his Lost Cause days? Will he revert back to that wild man? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
8 minutes have expired. 2 minutes remaining.
And a lot of people will question the wisdom of throwing something like that out against a rookie like a Cain Justice.
I think you're right. I think Richards just goes on autopilot when he finds himself in a fight like this. Richards stalking the rookie fresh out of the Mid-Atlantic dojo. Swing and a miss. Oh!
Sucked the hell out of it.
Yes, he did. Oh!
Face first with the cutter.
Drove him right into the canvas and got him.
Minutes, 30 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Nick Richards!
It's been said it was the most shocking moment in CWF Rumble history when Joey Rogers eliminated Arik Royal. Since that night, everyone's been asking me, how do you feel about wrestling Arik Royal? I welcome the opportunity to wrestle Arik Royal because it's one more chance for me to leave my mark here in the CWF. Arik Royal, you're a big bad dude. People respect you, people fear you all over the country. Those same people have no idea who Joey Rogers is. Cool gear, cool music, unique haircut, whatever. Arik, your chance at redemption against me is my chance at opportunity. Come our match, Arik, hit me with everything you have, because you're my stepping stone to leaving my legacy here in CWF.
Please welcome Arik Royal!
'Shut up, Jimmy!
Joey Rogers!
from one of the most shocking moments in Rumble history. Joey Rogers, virtually unknown, just recently came to the Mid-Atlantic less than a year ago.
Look at Rogers go.
Tossed Arik Royal from the 16th annual CWF Rumble. Ooh. In less than 60 seconds, Cecil Scott. Will Arik Royal be so fired up by his embarrassment on Rumble night that he will not remain focused?
That's a big possibility. The Rumble night was one of the worst nights of Arik Royal's career. He lost to Trevor Lee in the title match, one of the best matches of the year. He was eliminated in less than a minute by this man in the ring, Joey Rogers. And he has been a unhinged, angry ace for the better part of the last 4 months.
Yeah, virtually unknown as Joey Rogers. Recently came to the Mid-Atlantic less than a year ago, originally trained in the state of Ohio, where he made his professional debut.
Powerbomb.
Oh, going right for the buckle bomb. Oh!
And a repeat of the Rumble.
And Rogers holds on again. Royal did everything he could to avoid it happening again, and the same thing happened. The front row is mocking the ace.
Yeah, it didn't hurt him physically, but mentally it's got to be driving him crazy to relive that moment.
A drop kick to the face will hurt him physically.
And I posited last week that Joey Rogers can't come in here looking at win or go home. He's got to give a great showing nonetheless.
Through the ropes, Rogers trying to hold on.
He comes in here and puts up a fight against the ace. He is on the map.
Royal loves that full body weight seated senton.
Yeah, almost the old bombs away. Oh, God, clipped him with the knee.
Right in the face. Royal is visibly pissed off and trying to hurt this young man.
Right, it's like Royal forgets that he was a young man at one time that had to make his name at the expense of the veterans.
You know, I'm just going to say it. I believe firmly when Arik Royal was training at the Mid-Atlantic Dojo, he was put on the fast track. I believe that people saw dollar signs in him at a very, very early stage in his career. So I think he may not have that same humility that a Nick Richards has. I think Arik Royal has always sort of had that sense of entitlement, and only now, in the past few months, when things are not going his way, is that coming up to the forefront. People say that Arik Royal has changed. I don't know if he has or not. I don't know if, quite frankly, we are only seeing for the first time Arik Royal truly get introduced to adversity and how he responds to it.
Right, it's like the old saying, you're not being oppressed when you're all of a sudden on the same level as everybody else, but it feels like oppression.
Absolutely. Royal was the man. Longest reigning Mid-Atlantic champion of all time. Only rookie to ever win the 30-man CWF Rumble. Royal had so much success in the early part of his career. Multiple-time tag team champion. He was tag team champion as recently as, 5 months ago?
Right.
And it has only been in the past 5 months that Arik Royal has stumbled professionally. He had the best, first 8 years of maybe anybody in our sport, certainly anyone in CWF Mid-Atlantic, but it has only been in the past few months that we have seen Royal stumble. It has only been in the past few months that we have seen Royal maybe find someone that is better than or even equal to him in Trevor Lee as a rival. And now I believe we are seeing that Arik Royal cannot handle it when he is not the golden child, when he is not at the top of the pecking order.
Right, that first 8 years, you can count on one hand the number of times that someone beat Arik Royal straight up, and as he bowls him over again. And we talked about this when he battled Trevor Lee, that maybe that ace moniker maybe isn't fitting him the way he thinks it should anymore. He earned that title when he beat Ric Converse, but success and win percentage lately don't really befit an ace.
He enjoys saying that people have forgot about the ace and that he has not been the #1 man in recent years.
He might just count out Joey Rogers here.
Quite frankly, you can trace his frustration directly with the rise of Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett, but that may be a story for another day. Rogers beats the count, but he has taken some real hard shots from the ace. The ace threw his body weight on Rogers' head and neck 2 or 3 times on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, and the kid's putting up a hell of a fight. He's not going to quit, we know that much, but he might just really be in the deep end here.
Royal talking smack to this crowd.
Kind of interesting. Royal seemed more than content to take that count-out win a moment ago.
you think the events of the CWF Rumble where Rogers manipulated Royal over the top rope in less than 60 seconds may have shaken his confidence a little bit?
A little bit, or maybe this made him think, hey, take it how you can get it. He ducked another one.
Good thinking! Crucifix, shoulders down!
Ooh, that was close.
Oh, he almost beat him. Oh, some of these people came to their feet thinking Rogers was going to win it. Charge got nothing. Royal hitting the buckles hard enough practically to shake the ring. Rogers has got to make something happen here.
He's got to shake out that damage. Shotgun track kick in the corner, and the ace is looping.
Royal's got to make, Rogers has got to make everything count here. Double knees. He has got the most decorated champion in CWF history. Rocking and rolling. He has got to make everything count. Oh, he may have just scored right there.
Right behind the ear.
Royal visibly shaken. Rogers just scored huge. He's got to follow it up.
He was 3 big shots in a row from young Joey Rogers. Does he have one more that can trump the ace?
Rogers up. Big crossbody. Shoulders down. Ooh, that was so close. I mean, that was so close.
Man, we talked about it with Cain Justice. Can Joey Rogers pull off that upset we talked about?
Double underhook. Now, that maneuver is very questionable. It is not a pile driver.
It's close.
It's very close, and with Royal being so big and so strong, it becomes really dangerous. The question becomes, can Rogers hold Royal's body weight up long enough to properly execute the move so that it's not a head-dropping pile driver? But Royal maneuvers out of it.
Oh, he's going to tie him up here. This is a bad place to be if you're Joey Rogers on a Saturday night. Trash talking about the ace and it's deep.
Good Lord, when Royal gets moving, it's like a herd of animals.
Oh, God, look at this shrink by Royal.
Just muscles him up. Oh!
Just deposits him in the ring with that powerbomb.
Royal is owning the ring. Rogers may be out of it. Kevin Pierce is talking to Joey Rogers right now. We may be in for a stoppage.
Right, and if Pierce has to stop this, there's no shame in what Joey Rogers has done here tonight. He's put up a hell of a fight.
Royal, the confidence returning to his face.
Are you getting that, Joey?
Could be the tackle, could be the sick kick.
No telling, but they both hurt like hell.
Rogers says, come on. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
On his head and neck and shoulders.
He took it like a man, but he took that 3 count like a man. And the ace made a point.
Seconds, your winner by pinfall, Arik Royal!
Oh, wait a minute. Royal already got the win and he's hooking an ankle lock on Joey Rogers. This match is over. You made your point, Royal. We need some officials out here to stop this. He's going to break this kid's ankle. Man, we really need to stop this. Oh, wait a minute. It's Snooty Fox out here to put an end to this.
You again. You want some Snooty? Huh? You want some of these Snooty? You know you're talking to right now.
Man, a stare down.
Respect when you come in here. You understand me, boy? Huh, boy? Boy. Yeah, that's right. I called you a boy, Snooty Fox. I called you a boy, Snooty Fox.
Oh, and Royal. Man, we might have a fight here between Royal and Snooty Fox. Oh. Oh God, he's gonna power slam Royal. Oh, and Royal slips out and bails out of the ring. And the ace wants no part of Snooty Fox at this time.
Stick close. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See how I'm coming more like off my hip? And right, you were like if this arm's going up on lunge here. It's little things that makes you money. It's little things that make people talk about you. No matter what, it's still gonna hurt.
I don't feel that I need to explain or justify just who I am. If you already don't know, you're not worth my time. For those of you that do know that I was with this company from the beginning. And I carried this company on my back and brought it to where it is here today. But as I stand here, I see a lot of new faces in the back. I see a lot of new faces in the crowd. And I don't think anybody is giving me the respect that I have earned in this ring. There's one person back there in particular that has caught my attention. If any of you happen to have been here at the Rumble and blinked, you would have missed my return. There's a man that stands back there that is taking advantage of me not being here. He's a man, he works out like I do. He doesn't own a shirt that has sleeves. He has a last name for a first name. He likes to wear the same color tights that I do. And he attempts to hang out with the former members of the Dynasty. Some of you are not as stupid as you look. That man is Smith Garrett. Smith Garrett, I know you're in the back. And I know you don't have anything to do tonight. So I'm going to tell you to bring your ass to this ring. I won't ask again. I got all night. You do have sleep.
It seems that you have a lot to say. You want to call me out for hanging out with your former friends. There's a simple reason for that. They like me better than they like you. True story. You want to talk about me wearing purple like you wore purple? Again, simple reason. I look better in it than you ever did. Again, true story. I am a little sad tonight, however. A little sad. I will give you all the respect in the world. You are a former Grand Slam champion here. You won every title that there is to be won here at CWF Mid-Atlantic. But it is a sad, sad day. It is a sad, sad day when a former Grand Slam champion turns into a little bitch. So you want to call me out and you want to fight? Simple. Let's fight.
Well, we may have a fight here. Cyrus Carl Smith Garrett, we might throw down.
Where you going? That's what you're doing? That's what you're doing? You're a former champion. Come on.
You're on my time.
Turn your head around. Your hat's crooked.
Hey guys, Nick Jackson here, the Young Bucks. You are watching CWF Worldwide, but you actually should be on ProWrestlingTees.com/YoungBucks. We got like 54 designs. Pick one of the coolest ones.
Too sweet.
Too sweet me. Boom.
It's so good, it's a bad habit. Sit down, you got a bad end.
And it is for the CWF Worldwide Television Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Durham, North Carolina. He is the PWI Ultra J champion, Chet Sterling. And his opponent from Big Castle, Virginia, he is the CWF Worldwide Television Champion, Aric Andrews!
What it's all about right here?
Cecil Scott, it was 52 weeks ago, almost to the day. Whoa! Whoa! I was gonna set the stage for this matchup. I may not have time. Andrews, shoulders down again, only two. Chet Sterling exploding out of the corner immediately. I was gonna say it was 52 weeks ago, almost to the day. Chet Sterling was a double champion, holding one half of the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championship and the Mid-Atlantic Television Championship. He lost that championship to Cedric Alexander, who then went on to travel the globe and make it the worldwide television title. It has taken Chet Sterling 52 weeks to get a one-on-one rematch for that championship here against Aric Andrews, and Chet Sterling is wasting no time. I believe that was the fourth cover in the opening 60 seconds of this matchup.
Yeah, he's going for it, and for that whole year, he has desperately tried to get this championship back. He lost that title to Cedric Alexander, and it started a several months, kind of a down period for Chet Sterling. He lost the tag title immediately after that, clotheslines the man out of the ring, and really had trouble getting his footing for several months.
Sterling would go on to redeem himself when he captured the Ultra J Championship from Cedric Alexander and sent Alexander to Monday Night Raw with a loss. Woo! And there is that Ultra J style, the high-flying junior heavyweight style that Chet Sterling has been making more and more a part of his arsenal in recent months since capturing that championship.
Right, you don't see guys once they get set in their ways start to add new wrinkles to their offense, and Chet has done a good job of that the last several months. He's added a lot of varied offense that he didn't have before, and it's made him a lot more successful.
He has beaten people with that huge frog splash, the high fly flow. Always loved the Rough Rider, that leaping leg lariat. Always loved the blockbuster, that 360 neck breaker. But yeah, Sterling has come so far from the days when he was merely the lackey for William Cross in the Aftermath, the apprentice for Trevor Lee. He has soaked up all the knowledge and all the teachings of the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion Trevor Lee to the point that now he stands as Ultra J Champion, Trevor Lee stands as Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion. They be the two top dogs in all of the Carolinas. Certain individuals such as Arik Royal would certainly protest that. Nevertheless, Sterling heads up top. Woo! Big clothesline.
And you might have him here. Aric Andrews has had nothing going here in the early going. But we kind of write off Andrews a little bit. Yeah, he's not been too keen on defending that belt, but when he gets his back in the corner, he's a fighter, like it or not.
Yeah, he defended the belt against 3 opponents at one time recently in Greensboro and held on to it. He escaped by the literal skin of his teeth, but he held on to it nonetheless.
Nice reversal.
Sterling hard into the buckle. Andrews charges, eats the buckle.
Oh man, look at that string. The snake eyes it, yes sir.
Oh, clubbed him right in the back of the head.
Northern lariat, that may knock him loopy.
Clubbed him right in the back of the head. Sterling's face ate canvas, and he is hurt bad. Cover.
Oh, and a lot of people may not know this. There's a point on the back of the brain at the base of the neck where if you get hit, it could cause temporary blindness. And I've seen that happen before.
That would be a horrific misfortune to fall Sterling here. You wait a full year to get a one-on-one return matchup.
Man, Andrews, that just shows the size and the strength that he has. It's a couple of minutes on offense, and he has leveled this thing right out.
Yeah, talk about guys that have improved their game in recent months. Aric Andrews is up at the top of that list. He has started to really embrace and think and move like a big man. 6'4", 230 pounds, and just ran right through Chet Sterling. It's literally like someone stood him up and said, be that skyscraper, be aggressive, cover, two, oh, a near fall. And I believe that may be the role that Andrews' partner, his mentor, his running buddy, Lee Valiant, has played in his career. I believe Valiant is the driving force that has said to Aric Andrews, that has fired him up, that has motivated him to be, I gotta say, thus far, a successful worldwide television champion.
Absolutely, and a lot of people may not realize that one of the hardest things as a pro wrestler is to figure out what kind of wrestler you are. And that doesn't necessarily mean like what kind of moves am I gonna do, what's my persona, but really find out what's my identity out there. Some guys never find it. I'll admit I never found it. The successful ones find it quick. Andrews, it's taken him a little while, but he has started to find out who he is.
Spent the first, 5 or so years of his CWF career as part of a tag team. A very successful tag team. They went undefeated for 14 months.
Whoa.
But once he went on his own, to your credit, Chet. Whoa.
Oh, no.
Andrews caught him. No, he didn't. Once Andrews went out on his own, to your point, Steve Bear, it took him, 14, 16 months to find his footing as a singles wrestler.
Oh, I think Andrews baited him in on that one. That was pretty smart.
Yes, it was. Brushed past the drop kick. Andrews. Oh!
And you see him, he uses not only using his size, but he uses his length and his reach. We've talked in the past about guys like Elijah Evans, guys that really know how to use their reach. And it's an underrated aspect of pro wrestling, but Andrews has figured it out. You saw how much extension he got on something as simple as a knee drop.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Sterling got to fight from underneath here.
And that's something these tall guys could do. He doesn't have to jump up 3-4 feet in the air. He can just lift his body and drop.
Sterling up and over, sunset flip. Trying. Oh boy.
Too much size.
Swing and a miss.
Chet still has the quickness edge here, even after all this punishment. Oh, man, that's the third huge strike from Aric Andrews right to the face of Chet Sterling in a cover.
Woo! Another near fall. Everything Aric Andrews does hurts. Everything Aric Andrews does is with the intent on winning the matchup. And you see Chet Sterling is taking every bit of that 2.99999 to try and recover.
Right, that's something he learned from Trevor Lee. And Pierce has got to watch in there. Make sure that hand doesn't go to the mouth and the nose. It's a nice little move here by Aric Andrews to kind of gain his breath back. But Chet might be going out. Ooh. And one thing we'll say about Chet Sterling, I don't think anybody has as much fire except for maybe the champion Trevor Lee. Nice reversal.
Sterling rolls to his feet. That 10-minute worldwide television time limit is a kicker, though. If Andrews can control the pace, he will survive as champion on a technicality. The 10-minute draw favors the champion. That's really the whole concept behind the worldwide television title. Frantic motion and movement, and you're racing against the clock Andrews, as the champion, his role becomes to play the clock.
Right, and that 10-minute time limit is by design.
2 minutes remain, 2 minutes.
Traditionally, it's the most heavily defended title that we have, so the time limits are shorter. But if you're Aric Andrews, we're going to get this big suplex here. He slips out. I'll come back to it.
Great thinking from Sterling. Drops the champion on the back of his head.
And we've talked in the past about champions that want to take that 10-minute draw or want to go for the win. I think Andrews is perfectly fine taking that draw.
Absolutely. Another day that he survives as champion is perfectly content for him.
90 seconds.
But we saw in the past some of the great champions like Roy Wilkins would manipulate that time limit to perfection. Chet was ready for that left hand. A lot of people forget Andrews is a southpaw.
These two have faced each other numerous times this year before Andrews became champion. They know each other very well.
Came at him with that forearm, and we got coming up on a minute left in this thing.
Right, we got about a minute and 2 seconds at this point.
1 minute remains.
There's the call, 60 seconds.
Now, we have seen many a television championship won and lost in this crucial final 60 seconds. It is the fourth quarter of this one. Andrews, torture rack.
It's a new one for Andrews.
Oh, God.
Dropped him with an H5-0, and he's got him in the cover.
That's all. Oh, I thought Andrews would retain it right there. To his credit, Andrews went for the win, and now he sees the clock. Now he's got to make a decision, a game day decision. Does he play for the draw or go for the win? He will shut up his critics if he goes for the win.
Well, he hasn't backed off yet. Chet, he's got to hit something big here. Rough Rider.
Got him with it.
Man, you got to cover him, Chet.
Sterling has got to make something happen here.
No, don't go on top.
High fly flow. High fly flow.
Yes.
He's got seconds to nail it. Seconds to hit.
Oh, he got nothing but knees with 2 seconds to go.
He crashed and burned on the high fly blow. And Aric Andrews will hold
10 minutes.
on.
Time limit has expired.
Sterling crashed and burned on the high fly
By
blow.
rule, Aric Andrews will remain your worldwide television champion.
Good Lord, what a fight we have seen here between champion and challenger.
Great television championship match, but Andrews lives to fight another day.
Like him or not, and I don't know of anyone that does, Aric Andrews has survived every obstacle that has come into his path and remains the worldwide television champion.